Good evening, good folks, and welcome to the City of Muskegon City Commission General Session for this Tuesday, August 26th, 2025. Before we get on with our business, I want to remind folks that we do have a few different public comment periods. One is towards the beginning of the meeting on any agenda item, so agenda items only. And then there's public comment at the end of the meeting for anything you wish to share with the City Commission. If you are in the audience and wish to give in-person public comment, I encourage you to complete a public comment form at the back of the room. Please provide your name and home address. Note I will not be sharing your home address nor asking you to announce your home address at the podium. That's for our records. I will be acknowledging if you are a city resident, which neighborhood you're joining us from. If you're not a City of Muskegon resident, which other city, township, or village you may be joining us from. Everyone has 3 minutes to give remarks, whether they're giving remarks in person or by phone, because we do have phone-in comments as well. I'm going to give you that phone number now just so you have it at the ready. Do not call this moment, but that phone number is 231-724-6721. When we get to phone-in comments, the phone number will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen for folks to call in then. Now we're going to start with prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you wish to join us in either of those activities, I ask that you to stand if you're still capable of doing so. And we're going to be led in prayer by Reverend Tara Foreman of Bethany Church. Welcome, Reverend.
Thank you. It's my honor to be asked to lead prayer tonight, and this prayer is one that I wrote specifically for these city meetings a couple of years ago, the first time I was asked to do this. If you're not a person of faith or the same kind of faith that I have, I just encourage you to use this time to reflect in your own spirit with gratitude for the incredible gift of this city that we share. God, thank you for this incredible city we call home, for the gift of natural resources, our lakes, beaches, dunes, and parks, for the land itself and its earliest known caretakers, the Ottawa and Potawatomi tribes. Thank you for the diverse culture and people represented in our city, for the variety of voices and perspectives, for the neighbors and leaders who choose to engage in our organizations, institutions, schools, businesses, restaurants, neighborhood associations, and community events. Thank you for all who make Muskegon home. Thank you for our children. May we teach them to be good citizens and provide them with a city they are proud to call their own. Thank you for these city leaders here tonight. Give them wisdom as they make decisions and consider outcomes in often complex situations. Help them to be good stewards of our resources. Help them to find joy in the work, hope for a prosperous and peaceful future, and care, concern, and provision for our most vulnerable. In the name of the Holy One to whom we pray, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Reverend. May we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Keener? Here. Commissioner German?
Here.
Commissioner Gorman? Absent. Commissioner Cochin? Here. Vice Mayor St. Clair? Here. Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Here.
All right, we have quorum. No public hearing, no honors and awards. Do we have any federal, state, or county officials in the audience with us that wish to give updates? Seeing none. I do not have any comment forms for public comment on agenda items. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to give comment on an agenda item or items? All right, we're going to go to the phones. So this is now time to call in for public comment on an agenda item or items. The phone number is 231-724-6721. When calling in, please turn down any audio in the background, state your name, and if you are a Muskegon resident, City of Muskegon resident, which neighborhood you're calling from, or which other township, village, or city, and which agenda items you're speaking on. That's just me. Confirming that it works. All right, does not sound like we have any takers for phone and comment on agenda items. We're going to move on to consent agenda. Commissioners, you've had an opportunity to review the consent agenda. Any items for separate review and vote? Commissioner German.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Item B and item D.
Any other items, commissioners? No. Seeing no others, I'd welcome a motion to adopt the consent agenda as presented, minus items B and D.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Keener, supported by Commissioner Cochin. If there's no discussion, roll call, please.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Cochin,
Yes.
Vice Mayor St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Commissioner Keener.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. First item, B, sale of 561 Catherine. Commissioner German.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I authorize staff to sell the city-owned vacant lot at 561 Catherine to Habitat for Humanity of Kent County.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner German, supported by Commissioner Cochin. Good evening. Kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Hi, I'm Sam Poulos. I'm the code coordinator for the city of Muskegon. And this item is for the sale of 561 Catherine to Habitat for Humanity of Kent County. It's a pretty big lot, 132 feet by 132 feet. We're proposing to split it into 3 lots that will be 40 feet wide, 40-ish feet wide, sorry, 44 feet wide. And they would like to build a single-family home on each one of the lots. They have been in talks to come to Muskegon County and to build here, and this would be their first experience with building in the city of Muskegon. And they serve a population at or below 80% area median income. And the houses are estimated to, the sale price is estimated to fall between $165,000 and $185,000.
Thank you. Commissioner German?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing us, updating us with the information. Is a representative
They
for
are,
Habitat here
yes,
in
sir.
the chamber? Okay,
Yep.
I'd like to speak with them. I'll have them come up.
Before we call up the representative, commissioners, do you have any questions for staff on this item? Nope. All right. Thank you. If you could kindly come up to the podium and introduce yourself.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Andrew Clordy with Habitat for Humanity of Kent County. We are really excited to be here today to talk about 561 Catherine Street. This is a new venture for Habitat for Humanity of Kent County, but we hope to make this a long-term partnership with the city following this property. Like Sam said, we're looking at developing 3 homes in addition to another home on Ada Street that we own currently over the next year. And those will be targeted to all buyers below 80% of the area median income.
Thank you. Commissioner German.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Cordy, for wanting to bring your business here. I'm familiar with Habitat Humanity, the work that you all do and the service that's been provided for decades. I know residents now who got their first home through Habitat, and I've actually volunteered time to help them build their homes and stuff like that. So I think it's a great program. I just want you to give the public some insight so they could have some awareness that this type of project is happening here in the city of Muskegon, which this happens to be in the ward that I reside over as well, so I'm familiar with the area also. So now these single-family homes, are we looking at 2, 3-bedroom homes, or how have you decided yet?
Yep, so the plans that we're looking at would be 3-bedroom and I believe either 1 or 2 bath, depending on whether they're 1-story or 2-story. So we're still working with the planning department to figure out which of our homes will fit best on those lots, given the size that they are. But they will typically be 3-bedroom and either 1 or 2 bath.
Okay. Would these be kind of, I would say, available for first-time home buyers? How do they get financing, or is there a certain type of credit score that they have to qualify? If I remember correctly, I thought the process was a little bit different on how potential clients could qualify for Habitat.
Yes, so Our program, the way it's structured, is that buyers will qualify with a traditional lender, but we limit the amount that they pay to 30% of their gross monthly income, and then we subsidize the difference. And so it's not a set sales price. That's why we provide a range, because it is really specific to each individual buyer and what they can afford on a monthly basis. And then we cover the difference.
Yeah, yeah. All right, thank you very much for
Absolutely.
that insight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Commissioner German. Commissioner Koshin, is supporter of the motion? Do you have anything to ask or add?
I don't think I have anything to ask at this moment. I just want to thank you and thank you, Director Poulos, for bringing this to us. Habitat for Humanity, like Commissioner German has said, is a fantastic organization. I volunteered for it myself, and I'm excited to see what you guys are going to build.
Thank you.
Commissioners, anything else to ask or add? Commissioner Kilgo.
Thank you. It says that your subsequent timeline will be next year or up to, so you may start earlier than that, but up to next year. When you do begin construction or as you're constructing them, will residents contact Habitat directly for information about applying for one of the homes?
Yes, so we are looking at a spring of 2026 timeline, and that's really giving us time to get to know the community better, get to know the businesses, and really start building a volunteer base, because these will be built primarily by volunteers from the community. Yes, once they become available, they will be on our website where people can find information on how to apply and when we anticipate they will be completed and open for closing. We are also a licensed realtor, so they'll be available on the MLS and Zillow and all of the places that you do your home shopping currently. And then we will also be working with the city to coordinate some homeownership education courses, which is a big component of our program. So providing
hear that.
HUD-certified homeownership counseling and education as part of our program, but hopefully reaching other residents who are in the area who need that to qualify for their down payment assistance.
Thank you. I do love to hear that. I'm a licensed broker, real estate broker myself, so education for our community is, we're building all over, so welcome to, Muskegon and adding to our inbuilt program and other developers that are bringing the much needed homes here to Muskegon County. But I love to hear the piece about the homebuyer education piece, and make sure you share that info with Sam. She'll get it to us, because we would definitely love to help spread the word when
Absolutely.
that starts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. Commissioners, anything else to ask or add at this time? No? All right. Thank you, sir. I'm
Thank
excited
you.
that Habitat for Humanity is going to be building homes in Muskegon County again. We were fortunate to have Habitat for Humanity of Muskegon County building for a number of years, and they transitioned in their mission to now providing housing supports and helping to ensure people can stay in their homes and rehab homes and not focus on new construction. But I'm thrilled to see that Habitat for Humanity of Kent County is expanding into Muskegon County to be able to do new house construction and to help with our housing crisis and provide more affordable housing. So thank you so much, and appreciate you choosing to grow with Muskegon.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
All right. If there's nothing else, roll call, please.
Commissioner Cochin?
Yes.
Vice Mayor St. Clair?
Yes.
Mayor Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo?
Yes.
Commissioner Keener?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Next item, ordinance amendment curfew. This is a second reading. Commissioner German.
Yes, thanks again, Mayor. I move to change Chapter 54, Article 7, Section 54241 of the Code of Ordinance from any minor 16 years or of age or younger to any minor 17 years of age or younger.
We have a motion by Commissioner German, supported by Commissioner Keener. Good evening, sir. You kindly introduce yourself and please report out on this item.
Tim Kozel, Public Safety Director. We found that we haven't looked at this ordinance to update it to reflect the state changes, so it's just a simple change that we asked of the commission to have our ordinance change from the 16 to 17 for our curfew, just to reflect the state law that was a handful of years ago. I think it was in 2021 when that was changed, so that's the only reason why we're asking for this modification in the ordinance.
Okay, to bring it in alignment with state law. Gotcha. Commissioner German.
Oh, yes, thanks again, Mayor. Thank you, Chief Kozel. Actually, I wasn't at the meeting when you guys approved this, so I just kind of wanted to bring it to the floor to get some clarity, make sure I'm on line with you all as well. And, just kind of looking what's going on around, the country here in different states. A lot of municipalities are changing curfews and things like that. So my question is, so now, given this being changed from 17 to 18 years.
16 to
16 to
17.
I mean 16 to 17, yeah. So anyone under 18, how does that work again?
From the age 17 or younger would be in violation of the curfew.
Be in violation,
Yes.
okay. So 17 years or younger.
Correct.
Okay. Now, and what is the cutoff time? What we call curfew, what is the curfew time?
Oh boy.
11.
I'd say it was 11. For some reason, 10 was in my head, but it's 11.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right. 11 to 6 a.m. Okay. And that's statewide?
Correct.
Okay, to be in line with that. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner German.
Yeah.
Commissioner Keener? Anything to ask or add?
Okay, in regards to the ordinance, what happens if a child is doing everything that's not listed, not coming from work, no school activity involved? What happens then?
If they're within the ordinance, let's say they're stopped at midnight and they're not of age to be out at that time, contact would be made, then contact would be made with the parents, and then there'd be a handoff to the parents with a letter delivered to the parents about further violations of the order.
Okay. And so I'm sorry, you can hear me. So, I was 17 at one time, and I wasn't the best 17-year-old, and I snuck out quite a bit. So what happens with those type of children where the parent is doing the best that they can do, and you have a child that sneaks out? Are there interventions in place?
There is programs that the prosecutor's office does have that we try to introduce to the family to be able to help with those type of situations. Usually when we have these, we try to do it with the prosecutor's office, so we'll have teams out there, and then the prosecutor's actually here on site. So we would bring the young individual in with the parents to go over these programs that can help them hopefully stay within the law.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Keener. Anything else to ask or add, Commissioners? No? All right. Thank you, Director Kozel.
No problem.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cochran,
Yes.
Vice Mayor St. Clair,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Kilgo,
Yes.
Commissioner Keener,
Yes.
Commissioner German.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. All right, that concludes our agenda. We don't have any unfinished business, no new business. Moving on to any other business, and I hear our clerk has something to share with us. I'm going to open up to the City Commission for anything else under any other business, but Madam Clerk.
Absolutely. So we realized that our commission meeting in September, the end of, October, the end of October, the last meeting, is also going to be during early voting. So we are requesting to cancel that one. And then also the first one in November is Veterans Day. So normally in that case, what we do is we do everything on the work session date, the Monday prior. I would be happy to feed you, yes.
Let's see, October, let's see.
Okay. So then we would have a work session / general session.
Correct.
Stacked.
Yeah, that's what we've
on
done in the
November
past.
10th.
Right.
November 10th. Okay.
Okay. So right now, the thought is that we'll cancel the 28th, but we may end up needing to reschedule or have a special meeting if, business.
If the agenda
demands
gets
it.
too full, I would think that the city manager, I'm sure, will be looking at that if it's too much, but yes.
Generally, if we know this far in advance, we can move things around so that it doesn't get stacked up. This is the same thing we did last year with early voting in the presidential. We just canceled that meeting and moved everything to the following meeting. So, as it happens, I'm going to be gone for that meeting anyway. So if it gets rescheduled, great. But we can work to make sure that stuff gets moved to either the first meeting in October or that November 10th meeting.
Okay. Since we already published our schedule and the commission approved that schedule, do we need to take action to cancel the October 28th meeting then?
Yes, we will be doing that, yes.
Okay, so that'll be put on a future consent agenda then for us to formally, or would you like us to take
No.
action tonight?
I don't have to have formal.
Okay, you don't need a,
No,
okay,
No,
we can do that administratively.
just kind of wanted to explain what was going on, but yeah, as long as everybody's okay with it, yeah.
Okay. Any questions or concerns, commissioners? Yes, Commissioner Kilgo.
I guess my only concern is kind of back to back, the last meeting in October and then the first meeting in November being pushed together with the work session. Like Mr. Manager said, since we know this far in advance, I guess we can plan around it to have a full meeting on the 10th. But to not have a marathon session on the 10th also.
Yeah, we do not want to be here till midnight on
We
the 10th.
vote for that as well, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's all I'm thinking, like, kind of back-to-back meetings there. But I understand the early voting is important. So the 28th one having to move, it just has to move.
Yeah, and if it ends up getting too lengthy of an agenda for the 10th between the work session and the general session, we could choose to proceed with the work session and then schedule a special meeting to handle the general session items the following week, or some other time in November. But yeah, something that would certainly want to be mindful of, because I think that's a point well taken. There's limitations to our ability to discuss and deliberate, and you start fading after several hours. So we don't want to have too long of a meeting that night. All right. Anything else to ask or share, Commissioner German and Commissioner Keener?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just want to bring to the public's attention and the commission's attention. We do have a equal opportunity committee here, and myself sits on that committee with Commissioner Keenan as well. Yesterday there was a meeting, and as documented, there's a vacant seat there also. But the work that they're looking and continuing to do is make sure that there's fair representation for everyone who may encounter some type of issue or concern, whether it's on the job or bias or discrimination, sexual harassment. These things are essential to protecting and making sure that everyone is treated fairly and with respect. So I would advise people to get involved. One thing that came to mind as we looked through the actual purpose, and I wanted to bring this to the Commission's attention because I've been getting a lot of questions from Black business owners and minority business owners, which consist of different ethnic groups and women. The lack of contracts that the city, from what I was told, and we can look into this. I would like to get some feedback from city manager to look at how we're contracting with minority businesses when it comes to minorities and Black businesses. I've had several calls from potential or interested parties who feel that the city is not being fair about working with Black contractors. So I said I would bring this up and hopefully we can have some dialogue and start to talk about ways that we can have more inclusiveness when it comes to working with minority and black businesses. And the last one would be the Police Citizens Review Board. I also attended that meeting. Former Commissioner Hood was there with the NAACP. I won't get into details, but there is some frustration with that commission because of the lack of autonomy that they feel that they have when it comes to conducting businesses. I know we voted on some things last year, a couple years ago, when it talked about how we proceed when they request documents, redacted documents. That was our main issue there. So I think something may be coming forth back to the commission. I just kind of want to share that with you all during that meeting because these volunteers and citizens have put their time and effort in many years. Mr. Muhammad, for one, I think it's about 25 years. Ms. Ann Craig is another one. And what I like about it, there's a very diverse committee. So it makes it equitable and fair. But the work that they do, they should have the will and autonomy to better serve and look at issues and concerns and work with the commission as they move forward with their work. So just wanted to bring that to the attention of the commission.
Thank you, Commissioner German. Commissioner Keener?
I just wanted to, public record, just state that I received numerous emails, numerous calls about the Fisherman's Landing broadcast on Fox and on WZZM. And just to enlighten, I knew nothing about that interview until it was already done. So I don't want it to look like, I know sometimes it just seems like we keep our community in the black, but I want to let you know that if you have questions, please feel free to connect with us. Additionally, if you want to learn more about Fisherman's Landing, there is an informal meeting on Thursday, September 4th, both at 10 a.m. and at 6 p.m. at the Fisherman's Landing Pavilion, just so you can get a little bit more insight on their stand on it, if you're standing with them, and also looking at the city stand on brightening and broadening Muskegon. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Keener.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Vice Mayor St. Clair.
Thank you. I just wanted to recognize that today is Women's Equality Day. It is the 105th anniversary of women receiving the right to vote in the United States. So just a little bit of information. It's not been a very long time.
No, it hasn't. And we work to preserve and protect it. Thank you, Vice Mayor St. Clair. Commissioner Cochin, you have something to share?
Beyond the importance of Women's Equality Day, which I was going to mention, we've got some fun things coming up this weekend. Our very first board game convention is coming to town at the Convention Center this weekend, August 30th and 31st. And then the Milwaukee Clipper is going to be having a Labor Day party at 6 p.m. So, and that's on Sunday, on the 31st.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot something.
Thank you, Commissioner Cochin. Yes, Commissioner Keener, something else to add?
I'm sorry, I forgot to piggyback off of Commissioner German. That seat that's up for EOC is in Ward 3, which is my ward. And we would love to have you. We are trying to fill all committees. Your voice matters. It's what helps us build policy, and it's what helps build the city. So we welcome you to go online, fill out an application, and be present and a willing working participant in your community.
Thank you, Commissioner Keener. All right, Commissioner Kilgall.
Yeah, I'll get in on the fun. And speaking of fun, there's a local Muskegon County resident who has worked very hard to bring the comedy scene here to the city of Muskegon. And the Laughter on the Lakeshore Fest is this week, Friday and Saturday. So you can find information, just Google Laughter on the Lakeshore, and you can find information about different artists that are coming to town, different comedians and acts that are coming to town. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kilgo. All right, I have one thing to share. Labor Day is coming up this Monday, September 1st, and I'm just going to read something from United Way and West Michigan United Labor. So Labor Day is a time to honor our hardworking people who keep our nation strong. And here along the Lakeshore, we do it with pride, purpose, and community spirit. Hosted by West Michigan United Labor and United Way of the Lakeshore, this annual tradition brings together unions, workers, families, and neighbors in a celebration of solidarity and appreciation. And so there will be a parade beginning at 11 a.m., followed by an LB downtown Muskegon, and they'll be followed by a gathering in Hackley Park with barbecue, drinks, music, and kids activities. The United Way of Lakeshore will be hosting a free toy giveaway for children ages 2 to 12, and you can register for that giveaway on the United Way website. And for more information, you can contact the organizer, Jana, at 231-638-2741. The parade route starts at the corner of 4th Street and Western Avenue, proceeding east to Jefferson Street, turning right onto Clay Avenue, and ending at 4th Street. So hope to see you all down there, or otherwise you have a very happy Labor Day weekend. Enjoy and celebrate the fruits of everyone's labors. All right, if there's nothing else, we're going to go to public comment. We've got one comment form. If there anyone else wishes to give comment, there's still time to submit public comment form. At the back of the room, please provide your name and home address. I will not be sharing your home address. That'll be for our records. But first up, we have Kelly Davis joining us from the city of Muskegon Heights. Good evening. You have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
Huh?
You have up to 3 minutes to provide your remarks.
My name is Kelly Davis, and me and my husband received an approval letter for the Healthy Home Grant in July 28, 2022, 3 years ago. We're very appreciative of the work that they've all done, not only for the city of Muskegon, but for the county of Muskegon. On July the 10th, 2025, we came down to the city of Muskegon and filled out a form, Muskegon Community and Neighborhood Service Contract Agreement, and also a paper ordering the proceed to work with Grace Space Construction through the Healthy Home Grant. In this contract agreement, it stated that the contractor must commence work within 10 days after issuing a proceed order. On the fifth point of that, it says they have 30 days to complete this work to satisfactory. So we signed these contracts July the 10th, and today is August 26th. I came down to the city on August the 5th to inquire about proceeding of the work, and I wanted to talk to the mayor, but they told me I had to have an appointment. I didn't have one. So I talked to Sharonda, and she told me that Ashley was on vacation, but she had turned in all of our paperwork to the contractor 4 days before I came down. That was July the 31st, even though we filled out the paperwork July the 10th. Sharonda asked me if she wanted me to contact the contractor, and I said no, because according to the contract that we filled out, it said he had 10 days after she had completed the work. And so that was received by him, according to Sharonda, on the 31st of August. And so we were like, we'll wait. So from July the 10th to today is 47 days after we filled out our contract. She called me today at 5 o'clock. I met her supervisor today, 47 days. And so they put the lien on our house, or we filled out the application for that. We're obligated to live up to those standards, but yet so I'm just at a loss. So I did contact her this morning, and when I talked to her this morning, she was like, oh, okay, But after I came down here and sat and talked to her supervisor, first time I ever met him, she called me at 5 o'clock and told me the contractor would come to my house tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. 47 days. So I'm just at a loss, and I wanted to come down, but I guess me coming down got some kind of resolve, because I didn't know what to do afterwards. We've been dealing with this for 3 years. We're the first round of this, and they're on the second round. I just didn't know what to do, so I came down here. But I did get some resolution from him, But if I hadn't came down here, I probably wouldn't have got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you joining us this evening and bringing that to our attention and getting progress. Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience that wishes to give public comment at this time? All right, we're going to go to the phones. That number is 231-724-6721. This is time for folks to give input directly to the City Commission. Everyone has up to 3 minutes to give their remarks. There's not time for Q&A or back and forth. We can arrange that to happen separately. When you call in, please turn down any audio in the background and state your name and which neighborhood you're calling from if you're a city resident, and otherwise which other city, township, or village you're calling from. All right, does not sound like we have any callers. Commissioners, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Support.
That was done unanimously. Motion by Commissioner Coach and supported by Commissioner Keener to adjourn. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you. Take care. Be well.